Oh, you launched the box station into space. That probably took slightly more effort than dropping it on a town and killing a bunch of people.
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going.
We don't want to make demands,
office,
but no
and
more
we're definitely
being in
making
bottles
her
and
miserable.
cans.
Rounding around.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days. With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time! If you won't let us sleep or eat, you can't charge us for stimulates! No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors!
Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? That spiteful little cur. She's up in her office imagining new ways to make us miserable. But you're gonna need to find a different way in. She's locked the doors to keep us out. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs. Do your worst, knobstick! We're not afraid of you! Actually, no, that's not true. I'm terrified, but that's still not enough to get me back to work until some things change.
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time!
Warriors, right from the box. Workers are too rowdy. Door stays shut for now.
Bottles and cans!
If you're here to picket, we'd love to have you join our movement. Otherwise, I've got more important things to do. Don't be afraid to take...
If you
Workers are too rowdy. Door stays shut for now.
Place. No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors!
folks! Keep the chanting going! I can see the overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable!
Yes? The whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. Is there... See that repackaging facility down there? They work us like cysty pigs. So, we're making trouble until that changes. Until we get some respect. Until the privy is left open all day. Indeed. Got it now.
This ain't like any negotiation I ever been a part of. Not that I've been part of many.
Machines have been off for a week. Can't believe what I'm losing on adrenatime and antiphysos numrum.
Reminds me more and more of Tau Ceti by the minute. If these folk burned this place to the ground, I ain't telling.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days! We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! If you won't...
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule and is making me look quite the fool. Ease up a bit there. We ain't quite that far yet. Every worker we shoot in the face is one we've got to replace, and our supply of laborers is hardly limitless. Some ne'er-do-wells have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice. And if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences.
I reckon she's got her wires crossed. Basic dignity is what Auntie's Choice promised us when we signed up, so long as we were good at our work. And while we might have faced grave consequences back on Tau Ceti, it was under old management, who were trounced rather thoroughly in the end, I might add.
Nevertheless, here, we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. Absolutely. These lugs have been positively exalted in the good fortune of rising to their limited station within the meritocracy that Auntie has derived for us. Why? Can you imagine suffering under the yoke of a sovereign's rule? Or floundering at the ridiculous direction of those claiming to know the future by way of math? No. Only within Auntie's Choice can these drudges achieve genuine prominence. If they exhibit excessive dedication, they may even earn some modicum of the success I have enjoyed. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Auntie's behalf is mine. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. We've only got a few guards, and they've got a lot of skulls. Plus, they may have made mention that if a ruckus starts, they'll make sure it includes me. So we're apt to try a parley first. That is, my team insists. They're very protective. They, cherish me. Yes, they cherish me. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer. Dumley? Dunbar. It's Dunbar. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Yes, well, I'm sure you'll manage. Auntie has faith in you, therefore I shall too. Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud.
No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors!
Heads up! Make some space! We've got a
Others get the exact same pay! We only work 12
That's right,
days!
folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in her office. That's right,
With
folks.
no
Keep
rest
the chanting
and no
going.
downtime.
I can see the
We
overseer
shouldn't
up in
pay
her
for
office.
treatment
And we're
time.
definitely making her miserable.
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. On that, we agree. So, if you'll just get that damnable overseer to give us our simple asks, we'll get back to it. We've anticipated such brutish tactics and got our defenses staged accordingly. You may have noticed the various folks in armor poised around the landing. That ain't by accident. We just want a little decency, a little humanity, a little compassion. That's all.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties. No, I'm just a fellow underling suffering the corporate grind who saw the plight of these poor folk and needed to help them make a fair and reasonable deal.
That's right. Leo has been an absolute wealth of what's what. Without him, we would still be toiling
Under the yoke of oppressive undervaluation due to monstrous mismanagement.
Right, that.
Me? Why, my only motivation is...
Now hold it right there. We aren't here to talk about Leo. We're here to talk about what it's going to take to make us get back to work, right? Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Yeah, well, of course you're gonna find it all ridiculous. You only care about what's best for Auntie. But there are demands all the same. Take them to Griggs. We just want a little decency, a little humanity, a little compassion. That's all.
Can't you see him on the clock here?
Put it in a memo.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? I dare say that isn't expected news from an amelioration specialist. Director Pendergrass said you'd be solving our problem, not exacerbating it. What in the name of untraceable income could make you believe that's a wise decision? Don't mistake Arcadia for a friendly system with a native population that is hungry for opportunities. The entire worker pool outside of Auntie's Choice is hostile. In order to restaff, we need to transfer the workers from other Auntie's Choice facilities, which, even if possible, would cost me an absolute premium in transportation fees. No, Auntie and I have placed a lot of trust in you, so now's the time to show that you can reach an amiable resolution for all parties involved. Trust me, I'm no more excited about this than you are. But let's get it over with. So, What are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets to be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour work days? $12-hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility, consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. I suppose that's true. It wouldn't take much to put enough pep in their proverbial step to make up for 2 lost hours. Their overall productivity might even improve. That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses for me, which should be more than enough to make up for the drop in hourly production. All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. What in the void are you talking about? My greed is certainly doing no such thing. What? No! I would never! That's slander. And or libel. And you can't prove a thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not get too hasty here. What do you want from me? Really? That's... Well, it makes no sense to me. But you aren't really Auntie's Choice. So, of course, your brain sees some kind of strange logic in all this. Okay. I'm officially on notice to play nice. Now, what's your position? And more work means more profit. More than enough to cover the cost of the stims. I see your angle now, and it certainly is a shrewd one. You are Auntie's material for sure. Done. Is there more they ask? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. Can you imagine how many bits that loss of productivity will cost us? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. Somewhere? Oh, that actually explains the odor in storage room 3. I never imagined they might be... I'll get the door unlocked immediately, and cleaning crews dispatched. What more do they want? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation. Please, just resolve it as quickly as possible.
If you won't let us sleep or eat, you can't charge us for stimulants!
Welcome back, Amelia. Auntie and I continue to have high hopes that you will come... Well, be quick about it.
No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom!
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? Is she willing to see reason? Well, I can't begin to tell you what a relief that is. By which I mean, that's a most promising development. She willing to see reason? Free? Really? Why, I'd surely have lost that bet. I figured we'd ask for free and settle for wholesale. You're a miracle worker. What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? Well, that certainly is disappointing. But I suppose we'll manage. An extra 2 hours off a day will make life a little easier, at least. Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend. With these new conditions, we'll return to work with vigor rather than dread. Thank you.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair creme now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her ankles for her. And her usual agents don't stand a chance against me.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so odd it don't sound like your auntie's choice at all.
Yeah, I was starting to have the same thought.
It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just... Now, if you...
Congratulations on ending the strike, Commander. These laborers may now continue their work until death or retirement occur first.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job. Under my keen supervision, of course. The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. Welcome back. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing? 12? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. Ah, I understand now. It is important that I see what they are about and how they would free. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system. It is shocking, to be sure. Mortifyingly so. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I will. Is there more they ask? They want to relieve. What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paid. What more do they want? Very good.
No
That's
more
right,
bottles
folks.
on
Keep your
factory
chanting going.
floors!
I can see the overseer of our office. And we're definitely making her miserable.
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiation? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that... Well, that's tragic. I won't give tell to all the ways we've been sneaking our business under her watch, but... let's say no potted plant's been safe. I mean... What's next? She willing to see reason? Are you joking? That pile of cysty-licking raptidon dung. Like it's some great burden on her to treat us fairly. Remind me to spit in her rizzos if we go back to the factory. What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? What a little cheat. We could get plenty done with an easier workday. But it don't surprise me she's towing the company line that hard. And if that's all we've been offered, I'm sorry to say it's just not enough to get us back to the plant. You've got to get that damnable overseer to give us something meaningful.
Oh, now we all see the violence inherent in the system. See? See? I told you, you're being oppressed.
That's right. We know your game. You may do your worst, but we shall remain stalwart until our demands are met.
Oh, for law's sake. They threaten you and you still try and negotiate? Are you out of your void, damned mind? It's time to give up this fantasy and come work for us.
For you?
Yes! Have you seriously not... Law, but you're dumb. Are these Auntie's uniforms we're wearing?
Well, no, but we just thought you hadn't been properly supplied.
Spacer's Choice is back and better than ever. We're re-establishing our brand here in Arcadia, and we're gonna outcompete Auntie once and for all. So we wanted you to believe, but in fact we were lying in wait, biding our time until we could show our primacy. And now we're gonna begin cleaving market share away from Auntie like she's made of rotten, cysty sludge, and we're an obsidian-coated mantisaur claw. Hey, you've got to start somewhere. A factory here, a retail facility there, and next thing you know, you control major market share. And folk will want to work for us. Good terms, better benefits, more room for advancement, and daily discounts at the company store.
Please, enough. Both of you. Whatever Leo's aims, he's helping us now. Please, go negotiate with the Overseer further, and see if you can't get us the concessions we need. The rest I guess I'll have to think about. Think a whole lot about.
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for a Trina time!
Welcome back, Amelia. Auntie and I continue to have high hopes that, well, be quick.
want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? It's like negotiating with a bulkhead. If a more reasonable manager was there, I've no doubt we'd already be back on the line. You would do that? Actually, it's exactly the kind of self-deterministic act that gets people promoted. Maybe it is the right choice. If you eliminate the overseer from our post... Hello again. Do you have news for us about... It's like negotiating with a bulkhead.
See? I told you it was going to come to this. If you'd just let...
Hostile ahead. What's the play, Commander?
Quite the predicament you're in.
Okay, please. We'll get back to work. Just please don't hurt us.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work. I have already you may tell the...
Hello again. Do you have news for us about... It's like negotiating with a bulkhead. If a more reason... You would do that? It's... If you eliminate the Overseer...
Welcome back. Auntie and I continue to have high hopes. Well, be quick about...
Others get the exact same thing! We only work 12-hour days!
Hey, we gotta talk about... I understand that things might come up, give you no choice. But for all they've done, these folk are still mine. Yeah, just don't put me in this spot again.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! If you won't let us sleep or eat, you can't charge us for stimulating!
Everyone's talking. Seems like there's been a shakeup in our leadership. Then we'll get back on the line. I don't have a bit in my pocket to offer you. Hello again. Do you have new... It's like negotiating with a bulkhead.
See? I...
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the... It's like negotiating with a bulkhead. If a more reasonable manager was there, I've no doubt we'd already be back on the line.
See? I told you it was going to come to this. If you'd just left with us earlier, this violence could have been avoided.
trying, right? Commander, you're bleeding. Deep vitals.
Okay, please. We'll get back to work. Just please don't hurt us. We're sorry. We'll get back to work now. Right now. Payday's just a week away. But I'm honestly not sure if I'll be getting bits or if I owe my whole check to the company vending
Honestly,
machines.
right now I'm still way too tuckered to know if our conditions have improved or not.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work. Our disruption. I have already informed the Home Office. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you...
Tramicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Fasten steering.
I done falled off the corporate ladder.
Why, looky here. It's our contractor. I see you got her message. Glad you followed up. Now, the question is, are you just here to work an angle, or were you moved by our plight? And as far as there's a way for us all to profit, yes. We, the mid-tier middle managers of the ACS Undisputed Claim, are see, us in middle management, we get none of the... We pulled our funds to hire a maverick outsider like yourself to collect useful information on 3 local persons of interest to help us climb the ladder.
Close. We want you to collect blackmail material from them. Well, 2 out of the 3. We want leverage.
First person is Melquiades Alcantara, proprietor of the Bottom Runger. Came up with this new drink. The second is an unnamed individual. Shows up at the Esplanade.
And why is he always waving at everybody?
Head back here when you're done with them 2.
That won't put posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie.
The third target we'll talk about. Anything else?
I witnessed no fewer than 6.
Wonderful! See everybody? Things are looking up already. Upper...
Tramicular, arriving any moment now. We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial.
Oh, you're a direct one. You'll want the proprietor, Melquiades Alcantara. Should be in his office around the corner. Till next week.
Conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals with Auntie's Choice.
If you're not a go-getter, then go away.
An artificial...
How do you eat Purpleberry Crunch? Real warriors eat it.
You're here for Melquiades Alcantara? Afraid you're a mite bit late. Investigator Yoshida, Department of Excessive Corporate Malfeasance. Did you know the deceased? Seems like you're not the only one. Were you aware if he had any business rivals, any disgruntled employees? Deals gone sour?
Excessive corporate malfeasance. The only division that earns us less when they...
Oh, so you were just stopping by to ask about his secret innovation. The one that likely got him killed. We mostly just make sure no one's sloppy enough to get caught. If they do, we throw the book at them. And it's a large book. Leaves quite a mark. Of course we have laws. Anyone breaks a few in a flagrant or particularly inept fashion, they need to be held accountable, or everyone's bottom line suffers.
Like it's your life's work. I get it. Between the rifts, aggressive rivals, and the actions of maverick
No. It would make my day if you were to blame. I only cover internal rivalries. As an outsider, just like on that show, Corporate Fixers for Hire. If you're after the recipe, you probably want to ask around at the Bottom Runger. Someone there. Go on. Don't forget, Auntie's Choice 0G whiskey gets you into orbit.
There are so many reasons to shop for Auntie's Choice products.
Close enough. Hey, didn't you hear me growl in a discouraging manner? The first testee ain't to be disturbed.
Oh, no, it's okay.
As you wish.
Sorry, they get a mite carried away some, most times. Oh, me? You must... Don't mind them. They're here to make sure nothing happens. To me, that is. It's all a bit much, to be honest. But I guess it's like Auntie always says. She don't go by that no more. Anyhow, probably...
Enough of that. You ain't idling?
Oh, yes I was.
Oh, it saves me from small talk, mostly. Ain't many folk who aren't put off by the limb and avoid me entirely, if I'm honest.
Oh, wait. I've seen people... Well... Hey, stay here.
Staying put, but keeping alert as if our jobs and or lives depended on it.
Bob off! Corporations who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo...
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's darlings refused to do when
Look
things were
who's
down
back.
at the end of the sponsorship series.
You. I know one. Vallow Andrews, owner of the Best Choice. Wasn't too keen on our success. Melchiah said she's meaner than a bag of Raptidons. I'll miss his wit. The only way I'd ever make it in that place is crawling through a vent. Some of us, more's...
Auntie Cleo, and I endorse this message.
Right, so, how does this all work exactly? They bring you a drink, and then people just, conversate? Oh, right, and I'd add that big talk is for big people who matter. So we don't talk about work matters or our day. What other sort of stuff you want to talk about? The weather, maybe? Oh, Felicity. Felicity Carroll. Dr. Felicity Carroll, eventually. So guess she's, Dr. Auntie Cleo now, technically? If that's how that worked. She came to be lead scientist of research back in the good old days. I was her best test subject.
That's small change compared to experimental.
Guess that's why them guards call me the first testee. Hadn't occurred to me before. Auntie must have come up with it. Sure was determined. I'll tell you what. Got one of them entry science jobs that started scaling the corporate ladder right quick. Weren't too long before she left the colony completely. Oh, no. You got me reminiscing something fierce. I don't know how much more of this talking stuff I got in me. Anything else? All I know is one day, Felicity said, Auntie, she told me once she needed to climb to the top no matter what, but that she was real sorry. Huh, you know what? You might have the right of it. I never thought of it like that before. It just made me sad. That's not exactly something I've been privy to. Can't see anyone else coming after my auntie, though. Wouldn't imagine she'd allow it. But I don't know. Maybe the job ain't... that might be all I don't know. Would hate to be rude. You come out with me and all. Oh, sure. We can keep on, conversating. Just a bit, right? Well, no. I remember people. Sorry if my churlish moping brought down the mood. Been like that ever since that. Just the one time to Felicity. She was all crying. So I said it. And now I wonder a lot if I am the bad person on account of that lie. Oh, huh. Never thought about it like so. Well, this talk made me feel.
Biological exploitation's output is down 18%. I'm not paying professional hunters to run a petting zoo. Acquire and exploit the local fauna like it's your life's work.
You look befuddled. Or perhaps that's just your normal expression. If price matters, there's the bottom runger. Dingy little watering hole. But for a person of means and taste, the best choice is undeniably the You'll find the best choice in the upper portion of the prom.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-was. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
You're looking for a performance review? That's easy. You stopped the stoppage, completed your work. Our employees are back in the factory.
You were a little more murdery than we'd normally like to see, but results are results, and you got the job done.
Your instincts are every bit as good as we were expecting. Keep up that kind of go-getting, and you'll absolutely be going places.
Anything else you'd like to report? Spacer's choice? But that makes no sense. We prevailed over them, decisively, I might add, and assimilated all their worthwhile personnel into our fold before we left Tau Ceti.
But because of the system's glorious efficacy, while the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what...
There shouldn't even be any Spacer's Choice uniforms left in our inventory. They were all to be converted on the skip to Arcadia.
We should bring this straight to Auntie. If we have some kind of secretive attempts at hostile takeover, she'll doubtlessly want to know.
Wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now.
Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered. And it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking...
Yes, suppose we should move.
I'm the head of our proprietary Insight Acquisition Division. The Protectorate have a process called mental Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says actually, it's only 3. Surely, a few aspirational goals.
Which is to say, we'll make it more.
See you when it's...
Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stack the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. Just like our the anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacer's Chosen. I'm Gene
Consume in peace, and we won't have a problem.
I cleaned Spacer's Chosen's goalie at the end of the inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that Moon Man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in twain. Anti's choice! Darlings! We won! Hostile takeover! Right back at you. I'm Anti-Cleo, and I endorse this message. Attention, valued employees. Anti here to brighten your workday with a report on just how much money your toil is netting us. It's time for profit forecast time, starting with product development, the borscht loaf and butter of our entire operation. Thanks to our marketing wizard selling the sizzle of incremental product improvements, sales of new and improved stimulants and nutrition supplements are up 11% quarter over quarter. Not too shabby, but that's small change compared to experimental operations, where top lab coats are doing pioneering, confidential work in... whatever they're working on. Don't worry about it. Alone is responsible for a 28% increase in our entire operational budget for the next fiscal semi-decade. Credit where it's due. To me, as your
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed. That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called such. Is that so strange? The program I was hired for is highly confidential. I don't see why the vice president wouldn't take such measures. Why, I cannot even speak to him directly. Though I presume he also possesses an aversion to the smell of formaldehyde. He goes pale and ducks into his office the moment he sees me.
Well, that ain't right. Neither his managerial manner nor your working conditions. But once we get this program shuttered, you'll be free of this for good.
Oh, no. No, I don't want change. I love my work. I love this place. The smell of copper, the texture of viscera. There's nothing like it.
So am I. My gut's roiling something fierce.
Why this art's beauty is lost on so many folk I'll never understand. Anyhow, I have much work to do. Please ensure the door is locked when you leave.
The marketplace is dynamic, efficient, and well-suited.
I assume you're not here to admire the blood spot.
After all, that's what unbridled freedom's all about. We took what nature heedlessly assembled.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 149.4%. You want the role, it's yours, but I'm not budging on those hourly rates.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
Attention any and all no-getters on my payroll. It's time to recognize the...
I do. Been waiting on this moment. This grafting program is a law-damned abomination. I went to your lab on Cloister, saw for myself what kind of depravity your folk got up to there. It's sick. My friend was butchered by Rasmussen. And he wasn't the only one. In fact, this program's been a sham from the start. I got tossed aside. And for what? A mistake? Ain't nothing good that's come of this. It's time to call it quits.
What a preposterous notion. Shall we stop producing inhalers because of side effects? Or shut down all food factories because one severed appendage finds its way into packaging? No, certainly not. I am not to blame for whatever inconvenience you experienced as a first edition patient. To quit now would be to toss aside all our progress.
Next is Elise Ripshaw in product development. Remember Elise when you told colleagues over drinks at the bottom runner that I was, quote, long in the tooth and short on ideas? Then you agonized for weeks that your comment might...
You little sneak. I'm in the process of securing more funding, thank you very much. And I will not allow a light money pouch to thwart my efforts.
Don't matter to me what your plans are, or what you think you might accomplish. You've hurt too many good folk, and I've had enough.
I fear you've gotten too negative an impression of this work. Hear me out, will you? Allow me to assuage those fears.
Apparently the victim of workplace hostility. Oh, what a shame. Well, these things happen, and if you haven't heard your name...
My mind is not entirely consumed by capital, I assure you. It's also consumed with professional pride and self-preservation. We cannot speak of sensitive business details here. There's no telling which opportunistic colleague or overpaid contractor could be listening in. They would ruin me. Ruin me! Meet me in back deck steerage. Take this pass with the tram. And for law's sake, make sure no hanger-on follows you. Especially that assistant of mine next door. Chin up, dear. I believe I'll change your mind yet.
We'll see. Seen this song and dance from all manner of suits before. Reckon he'll try to reel us into a ridiculous scheme, or bribe us with bits or booze or what have you. But this'll make it easier for us to intimidate the bastard into stepping down. Ooh, I relish the notion.
But our Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down ripoff. They call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones. Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? That'll put posteriors in the seats. A blood sport least bankable tossball team against the... its entire roster of pitchball pushovers any day of the fiscal week. Even with half our team's 32 backs benched, they'd forfeit by middle time. It would be an embarrassment of body goals. Imagine the ad windfall. Our athletic assets would achieve full profit potential as human billboards. Of course, I also enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional athletes bludgeon each other. Such a relatable interest. See, subordinates, I'm just like you.
You're
Until
back.
next time-
Since you ain't soiling our fine establishment with your presence. Think I made that real clear. Look, I get it. You're clearly new. Unless you'd like to prove you're the kind of swanky folk that belong in our fine establishment, then you ain't getting in. Simple as that.
Better than nature, because nature wants...
How else? You slip me a nice fat stack of bits for my post-Boniface retirement fund. Then I know you're fit to rub elbows with our classy clientele.
One of our goals. Yes, now we strive to...
My, but aren't you a charmer? Clearly, there's more to you than the way you dress. Very well. I'll grant entry for the normal luminary rate.
Well fortified by our products. So strive, thrive, survive, arrive. Armed with Auntie's choice. Trust
Excellent. It saves me having... You're back.
You ain't soiling our fine establishment with your presence.
All right.
There it is. I wondered what flavor of shakedown she was cooking up.
Sure, you...
Resonate some bottom rung relatability. Business is much like tossball, a game of inches and footballs played with an excess of necessary roughness. And like tossball, there's more than one way to make a killing. Why, I was just watching the latest bout between the Indian loafers and the zero-G shooters. Just quality cleaving from the huck-off to the closing steam. And that
Ooh.
20-back
If they charge 20 bits a bottle here.
Oh, look at this one.
Luxury cysty-hide spectation lounger. Not to mention the concession sales. Invasive marketing hucked it out of the arena.
Everyone has their little hunch about which new product line will sell the most, but I say you need to ask the bottom rung or...
Wait, what? When did... How did you get in there? I'm giving your description to the proper authorities and reporting on you to our upper mid-upper-tier retail association.
Now, please, go anywhere else so that I can tend to the actual patrons.
You can't score a body goal without an offsides hug. Play by the rules or play to win.
Engaging aesthetics appreciation protocol. What a lascivious domicile and/or indoor space.
See you at center field.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume
with Auntie's choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The Big Rift cut off tossball news from home. But our Arcadia-grown league is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down ripoff. Pitchball, they call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rules.
See? They're letting in anyone now. Have an issue with the service? She's in her office. Door to your right. If you must.
That won't put posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to...
Finally, somebody else here with the guts to act.
I was about ready to start tearing my ears off, trapped as I was, listening to these running mouths. Pleased to see you. Ain't sure if you heard, but I'm looking at a promotion to president of aggressive acquisitions after what you and I accomplished on Paradise Island.
Against the Protectorate's entire roster of pitchball pushovers any day of the fiscal week. Even with half our team's 32 backs bench, they'd forfeit by little time. It would be an embarrassment of body goals.
Exactly what I told you. Locate priority foes and bring them low. Make the difficult decisions. Bring the war to a close and look damn fine in the process. You'll see. I owe you more than a few drinks. Send me a couple of months down the line, and you and I'll drink Arcadia dry. But for now, go sever some vital arteries for me.
In the Platinum Executive Skybox above the line of scrummage.
What are you doing back here? No one's allowed. Who left that door unlocked? What are you even doing in my bar? Someone will be fired over this. Then, once they reach the nadir of their sorrows, rehired, only that I may fire them again. And I don't know what you think you're seeing here, but ignore all this.
That original goal remains one of our goals. Yes, now we strive to spread unfettered free trade.
It's a Raptidon bite, a unique concoction devised by Melquiades Alcantara, who was simply my dearest friend. Or was. I procured its recipe from him before his unfortunate passing, and before you ask, yes, I have receipts for everything.
This is Auntie Cleo, offering a warm welcome to all visiting Auntie's Choice employees, affiliates in training, and...
No, I don't think so. Now that we have the recipe for this dreadful elixir, our clientele no longer have reason to stray.
An artificial life is a life that's sweeter. Live a life that's sweeter with Auntie's Choice.
You know, I had a number in mind for the recipe, and it just went up.
We have positive bit flow. Our portfolio is diversified, but we can always do...
Fine, you can have it. That admittedly was a mite embarrassing. Any serious player would have locked the door first, before spreading out incriminating evidence. Here you are, one lightly bloody, slightly less secret recipe. Time for you to blunder out the way you blundered in.
Won't be any malfeasance if you don't look for it. Next is assertive arbitration. Quite the bit pit. Down 14% in net gross. You're supposed to squeeze blood from every contract, not put us in the red. Learn to negotiate. Xenobiological exploitation's output is down 18%. I'm not paying professional hunters to run
Still here, I see.
Acquire and exploit the local fauna like it's your life's work. I get it. Between...
Tramicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Back deck steerage.
Hey, mister, any bits to spare?
Hey, everybody, look who it is. All finished? Knew he was connected.
Or inspiring stories about her career ascent. You know, that might act as encouragement to them like us, presently stagnating in our...
Huh. A rumor had it she was one of the Sky... I got a whole lot of it.
Wait. There's been more than one Auntie Cleo? Explains a lot, now that I think about it. Like how she ain't a few hundred years old. Huh.
That everything? Whoa! That's...
Yeah.
What else? can't even imagine possessing that degree of marketing acumen.
You could just tell people how to think and do things.
Those details were highly motivated.
Diverges greatly from events depicted in Auntie the Musical. The elf didn't make the drink, or didn't...
Less we know about all that, the better. Right? Wasn't I here for your trouble, from all of us? Now, there's a former Spacer's Choice VIP in the...
Full of scathing and...
Belittling, one might say. But, you know, tough sort like you might have an easier go of it. Ah, you know, we all been chewed out.
I still have nightmares.
Uh-huh. Likewise. Nah, they got him set up like an olden time. Oh, that sounded very... May you effectuate...
Ah, you came. Foolish, aren't you? Thinking I'd reveal my secrets to the likes of you. Ah! Contractors, now's your chance. First one to kill these imbeciles gets a one-time immune assault discount. You'd come through, my good Biff. That discount will be applied to your next purchase at the commissary, but cannot be combined with other... Ah! You! You're still alive!
Ain't gonna be that easy to get rid of us, you idiot. This how you treat all folk who approach you in good faith?
No folk have ever made it this far. How did you get past all my contractors? They were heavily trained and heavily expensive.
They were about half as coordinated as a herd of sprats, and just as threatening.
Do not make a mockery of the dead. They were all someone's children, partners, and investments. So what do you want? Allow me to guess. Money? We all want money. And I've plenty, I assure you. This again? What is it with you? No! I've no incentive to shut down my life's work, especially at the demand of common thugs. Well, it wasn't for lack of trying. Our funding was unceremoniously gutted, and I had to play catch-up somehow. Though, perhaps the risk far outweighs the reward. Fine, fine. You win. I hereby resign, and you can keep this as proof. Any bits left in my office are yours. Just, please, don't follow me.
Good riddance. But this ain't over yet. The other executives will be notified the moment Willard flees the undisputed claim. And within hours, dozens of rung climbers will be at the tower jockeying for his position. It's all but certain that they'll claim his work for their own, and make his bastardization of a grafting program all the worse if they so choose. Ain't about to let that happen. Ain't suggesting. I'm telling you that we can't stand by and do nothing. It's obvious he was up to his neck in some scheme. If we dig it up and get the word out, his legacy will be in shreds. Maybe folk will be less inclined to follow in his footsteps. Should all but guarantee that Willard can't come crawling out from whatever rock he's keen to hide under, in any case. You keen to add anything of substance to this conversation? Or are you planning to throw around more insults? All right. We ought to start by searching his office. Any evidence we can find regarding money or business dealings could be of value. Once we got what we need, we can head to the recording studio to get the word out. The promise of a scandal should be enough to get in the door.
Tramicular, arriving any moment now.
We took what nature heedlessly assembled and rebettered it through artificial...
From pop guns to self-propelled cannons, I have whatever size weaponry you need to make all your problems past tense.
Artificial. Artificiality. Artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals.
Schedule an appointment if you need to talk to me.
I assume you're not...
I'm here to tell you that your treacherous fiend of a boss is now out of commission, and I'm investigating all of his indiscretions. You wouldn't happen to know about any unsanctioned business dealings, would you?
Ah, I'm afraid I can't help with that. I've only spoken with him once, upon my hiring. Well, yes, but not here or face-to-face. I was to have all communications sent to a private room at the Best Choice. He held all his business dealings and records therein. I gather he was circumventing intellectual property taxes or some such.
The Best Choice. That's the lounge for VIP. Oh, law. That room is what he meant by the carousal corner in that terminal entry, isn't it?
If that's all, I'll thank you kindly.
Refresh your info security fundamentals, Reggie. Congrats! You're now a file clerk. Clerk those files. Next is Elise Ripshaw in product development. Remember Elise when you told colleagues over drinks and that I was, quote, long in the tooth and short on ideas? Then you agonized for weeks that your comments might get back to me. Anxiety gnawing at your guts. Good news! Your new role as integrating specialist will be far less stressful. I just... Detected on a late-breaking and quite literal termination. Dr. Rasmussen, new site sanitation manager in experimental operations, is deceased. Apparently the victim of workplace hostility. Oh, what a shame. Well, these things happen. And if you haven't heard your name yet, breathe easy. That's it for this demotions report. Until next time, everybody do your jobs and there won't be a next time. Toodaloo!
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
With Auntie's choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The Big Rift cut off tossball news from home, but our Drone League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program. The Protectorate's watered-down ripoff. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? Ha! That will put posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play
Yes, I understand I may look in charge, but I'm just minding the desk for our esteemed...
I need to get a message on the broadcast.
Not unless you need any clever pointers on enunciation. Our director, however...
Pit our least bankable tossball team against the Protectorate's entire roster of pitchball push.
Welcome to Wireless Free Arcadia Studios. Thessaly Falk, Director of Talent.
Holt sent me to speak with you. I got a message I'd like to send out over the wireless. Trust me, this is one all the folk in Auntie's Choice won't want to miss.
Is that so? Well, the more riveting the content, the larger our... However, as you're without an appointment and I'm quite busy, I'm afraid I've only time to record one take.
Glad we're in agreement. I'm here to expose the truth about a prominent vice president. His business dealings are not what they seem.
That's quite the bold claim. Now remember to speak into the mic, dear. Enunciate clearly, but with feeling. Inhabit the words. Be the message. Joining us today in the studio is a very special guest and rare specimen indeed, a grafted soldier. And one who alleges that one of Auntie's own vice presidents is not who he seems. Take it away.
Inez Seelong speaking. I got intel on an illegal program led by Vice President of Experimental Operations, Willard Conan. Folk aplenty suffered because of it.
Some say there cannot be success without suffering. It's more or less standard operating procedure, isn't it? Unless you're leaving out any gory details.
He was running a lab on Cloister that very few even knew of. and grafted even more folk illegally in that butcher's shop. But if that ain't incriminating enough for you, Willard had himself some money problems, which ain't too distant from a grave sin far as Auntie's concerned.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Tell me, did he squander all his bits on drink? Bet it all on a tarmac and cheese rebranding? Or worse? Thoroughly recount every lurid detail?
He stole from Auntie directly. I have here, in his own words, an admission to the crime. It's go-getterness gone too far. And you know what happens to one of Auntie's nephews who misbehaves?
Splendiferous! Couldn't hardly get more sensational than that if we tried. The audience will be on the edge of their seat hearing all the ghastly minutiae about this scandal.
I think we did it. Won't know for sure until the broadcast airs, of course, but law, I reckon I might finally be able to put this to rest. For Ortiz. For everyone. Thank you, Commander.
Oh, Inez, almost forgot. We have a bit of a goodie bag for special guests who visit the studio. You qualify. Do collect it from the front desk on your way out.
They call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the T-Zone and T-zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? That won't put posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink. And our tossball teams play for...
Sorry, no autographs.
Which is no fewer than 6 critical...
I think you ought to be careful, Commander. After what we saw in that lab on Cloister, more importantly, it's becoming clear to me that folk don't actually want us here. Westport resisted as long as they could. You think that doesn't extend to the... There is another option. The Order. They're trying to do right by the refugees, after all, and seem reasonable when they ain't being strong-armed by extremists. You could consider them. The battles will continue, whether or not you're... Listen, normally I'd take issue with one person playing Kingmaker. That is to say, you, and... There'll be enough time for that later. For now, we should move on, unless you've got something for me?
I also enjoy the simple pleasure of watching for... athletes bludgeon each other. Such a relatable interest. See, subordinates, I'm just like you. Until
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Scrummage.
From pop guns
Can't
to
tell the
self-defense,
difference between cover and concealment.
exercise weaponry,
There
you
be
need
a
to
good
make all
set of
your
armor
problems
before
stop.
someone succeeds in ventilating you.
Designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to kill you. Since then, our company...
Ah, wonderful. More of it.
Welcome to the brig. Please do not taunt the prisoners. Thank you. I know what I said, and I meant what I said. We hope you...
We do so knowing you persist.
Come to jeer at a fallen old rival like all the rest. Swear I heard. Been some sorely lackluster heckling from you. Not expecting much, but go ahead. Try your worst. Let's hear it.
This is Anti-Cleo, offering a warm welcome to all visiting Auntie's Choice employees.
Not bad, not bad. I might write that down to reuse later. You know, pawn off as my own. Got anything else?
An artificial life is a life that's sweeter. Live a life that's sweeter with Auntie's Choice.
Ah, a return to the classics, I see. Almost good enough to steal. Almost. Anyhow, you done yet? Or you got more?
Is diversified.
Better, better. Factually incorrect, but I appreciate playing fast and loose with the truth, with the intention of getting under my skin. You're almost half decent at this. Not especially skilled, but not atrocious. Not good, though. Definitely not good. Don't abandon your present employment by any means. Wait, you didn't come here for the express purpose of ridicule and castigation? Well, certainly embraced it, though. Respect the flexibility and commitment. So, all right, I give up. What do you want? By that measure, everyone outside Auntie's Choice would be in. Look, I appreciate the attention and all, but does any of this benefit me? Because otherwise, you might as well just jeer away. Don't try using that reverse psychology nonsense on me. I practically invented being contrary. You want something. Some dirt only I have. Well, I want something first. Good business people find leverage even in the worst situations. Now, I'm going to take your response as tacit acquiescence, with some grumbling. Name's Himanshu Tegulapalli, regional brand manager for Tau Ceti, Spacer's Choice. Auntie has it in for all of us former reps, but me in particular. Been humiliating Spacer's Choice every chance she gets. You seen those display images mocking the Moon Man, dressed up like a baby? Petty stuff. Being completely one-sided. Till now. No. They'll just eventually switch them back on. I'm proposing a little counter-programming instead. I taped a particularly scathing diatribe earlier. Patch it into the PA system. Let me have my say. If you want what I got, that's the deal. And it's not like that grating screech coming out of your throat box passes for music either. The audio cartridge is in an evidence locker in the room behind that desk. Bet if you just ask the guard over there nicely for access, she'd open it right up for you. The PA system controls are in the back room at client intake. Had it all worked out earlier, before I got caught. Wonderful. That though I should mention while you're on this ship, Auntie's Choice has a few products what might improve your odor, looks, and breath.
Welcome to... what is it? Well, you'd probably pay me to remotely unlock it. And/or ask me in a remarkably debonair fashion. All right. See that door behind me? It's suddenly somehow been left mysteriously unlocked. Pleasure doing business, Ed. Welcome to... what is it? Well, you'd probably pay me to remotely unlock... All right. Pleasure doing...
Down for a modest fee to each generation. Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stack the deck against the little person, as they try to study. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's darlings refused to do it at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacer's Chosen.
What? You forget what you needed to do. Get going.
I cleave Spacer's Chosen's gold
the 56th inning, then goal to win the game. Whenever I see that moon man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in twain. Auntie's choice! Darling! We won! Hostile takeover this! Right back
Can't tell the
at you.
difference
From Top
between
Guns
cover.
Clear. Trinicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Client intake. Foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship it, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing employ.
Attention all employees of this poor excuse for corporate blundership. This ill-conceived, off-brand take on an oligarchy. Say what you will of Spacer's Choice and the other corporations, but none of us ever put big ideas in people's heads. Yes, our workers were beaten down by a rigged system and lack of mobility, but no hope is better than hope. Attention all employees of this poor excuse for corporate blundership. This ill-conceived, off-brand take on an oligarchy.
From pop guns
Can't
to
tell the
self-propelled
difference between
cannons,
cover and concealment.
exercise weapons you need to make
Good
all
set
your
of armor
problems
before
fast.
someone succeeds in ventilating.
Our workers were beaten down by a rigged system and lack of mobility, but no hope is better than false hope. Right? I swear everybody in this
Nice work. A sterling performance by both of us. I've been waiting to give everybody here a piece of my mind for some time now. You've heard about the Spacer's Choice and Anti-Cleo merger, I'm sure. But things went down a little differently than Auntie makes out around here. Auntie was attempting a hostile takeover, but we outplayed her, voted her and her execs out. And we shipped Auntie and all her diehard followers out to Tau Ceti as an example. After Earth went dark, Auntie was technically the senior-ranking executive in Tau Ceti, and she used that to take over the colony. But everything she's been doing since has been quasi-legal at best, including her being CEO of Auntie's Choice. With Earth being dark, no one has proof to call her on it. This little ruse of hers will collapse and she'll be exposed for every corporation to see. Then, law willing, she'll be executed for treason against a legitimate corporation. If I were Auntie, and thankfully I'm not, I'd say she's betting if she takes over Arcadia, she can prevent all that from happening. Success here leading to success there and such. What I had to say was more important. People here needed to hear how bad they've been bamboozled by that self-determinism claptrap. The rest is going to come out eventually anyway. After that, we can all go back to exploiting each other honestly. No thanks. Once Spacer's Choice is back in control, I'll be running this place in no time.
Not too shabby, but that's small change compared to experimental operations, where top lab coats are doing pioneering, confidential work in whatever they're working on. Don't worry about it. All
You're not half bad. From someone outside our corporate family.
For the next fiscal semi-decade, credit where it's due. To me, as your chief executive, I've a healthy, cutthroat rivalry between our top divisions. Jealousy, hard feelings, really stirring the pot. Unorthodox? Well, not really.
Tramicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station.
Hey, mister, any bits to spare?
Any update on the man in the Moon Man mask? Heard the announcement, assume that was your doing.
Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence.
Wait! What?
Unavoidable embedded chemicals with Auntie's choice.
What? But Auntie said the last message that arrived from Earth was the board putting her in charge. Guess that does sound rather convenient.
Wait, this is bad. Knowing this is not good. This sort of dirt gets a person killed. This may call for an executive decision.
What does the middle manager handbook say to do at a time like this?
Says here, unfinished business leaves one undone. Trim loose ends before everything comes unraveled. Well, that sounds rather dire, you know, contextually.
Demoted for playing confidential logs in a paid public toilet. Not what I mean when I encourage working on the go.
What do all of you think? Are you feeling reassured here? Not sure I am.
I was, but now your lack of certitude has got me starting to worry. Sounds like a tip-top action plan to me. Granted, a call like that's entirely above my pay grade.
We accept your terms. Consider this final payment for services rendered. Never speak about this to anyone.
Oh. You sounded just like an upper middle manager right then, Twombly. Good job. Your allotted time to impress me has already expired.
We really shouldn't be seen together. I'm politely asking you. Asking you to leave.
Have time for a chat, Commander? Commander, you hear my interview over the wireless too? They've been playing it every hour. Part of it, anyway. Seems all the evidence we brought Thessaly made an impression. Other VPs are fearing for their jobs now. Can you imagine? Reckon nobody will touch Willard's work now. Seems nobody is immune to financial and professional embarrassment. If I ain't said it recently, then let me say it again. Thank you. I don't think I could have done right by Ortiz all on my own. Nobody has to be hurt like he was again. Then how about I repay you by keeping you alive? At least until our job saving Arcadia is done. Good deal if you ask me. You know, it's hard to fathom that just months ago I spent so much law-damn time begging to be accepted. Like I was worth only what other folk thought of me. I was so lost. I really believed when I ended my contract that a better life was possible. I know the truth about Auntie's choice now. And I know who I am. So yeah, a better life is possible. Just not at someone else's mercy. I ain't gonna let myself or anyone else be led into the same trap they set for us. Ever again. Luck is just one of the many things I'll need, I reckon. But I'll take it. Anyhow, that's enough sorting my thoughts for the moment. We got a galaxy to save.
This ship is certainly quaint. The grease stains and thrice retrofitted pipe, I suppose there's something charming about its lived-in
You return again and again like a particularly unshakable rash. Then why by law are you bound?
So many dead. Place is falling apart.
The grand plan is the predetermined order to the entire universe. We can predict it down to a decimal.
Are you going to be a problem? Because I have a solution that requires very little computation.
didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying. We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened, and where Anais's research is now. They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out. I'd suspect the missing anchorite knows something, at least. We should ask her. Might be some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais' work was sent here. Keep an eye out for that, too. We should keep looking. There may be more to learn here. I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered. Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloister-mate Anchoress Brunn has some explaining to do. A disputation of current order methodology focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the laureate council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anais' work is regarded highly. I saw that. I believe it was Anchoress Chow's diary. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old order research station. That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden. Place by the name of Point Obviation. Oh, we're past that, I'm afraid. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea. I admit a penchant for leaning in that direction, but a more subtle approach may be warranted. This is the exact sort of work we did at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. Diverting problematic events. We learned how to best respond once things begin to spread. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground. Yes, time to seek out Anchoress Brunn.
I've got your numeral. Keep moving.
Halt! Abide! Cease any and all manner of perambulation. Don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should...
Ah, Exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort.
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low-probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Anchoress Brunn straight away.
Apologies. One can never be too careful while launching important undertakings. We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Nonetheless, I'd ask you to follow certain precautions. Will you heed all requests and vouchsafe for your colleagues here? Them being unknown to us and all.
We'll mind our manners, Exemplar. I'll see to it.
Then, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
Anchoress Brunn is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grass. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
Playing along. Duration indeterminate.
No, is that Maris?
I am politely asking you to desist.
Nothing to see here. This experiment seems a mite controversial, dangerous even, both in a physical and mathematical sense.
Your job is intimidation, not risk assessment. The Anchoress knows what she's doing.
Of course. Forgive me. I will look to math as a source of comfort rather than anxiety.
Look, everyone! It's the endpoint. Come to join us, I take it.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
Strike me as someone with a very small body of published work.
Suppose I could spare 0.004% of my daily cycle to say hello.
I am a longtime vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado. I hope you don't mind me saying. Go on up. You're expected.
P and Q are true. If P is true, or Q is true. A simple truth.
Anchorites are reclusive and highly regarded in Order Society. Anchoress Brunn's presence here indicates the importance of this facility.
Oh, who's this? Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped prove Anchoress Chow's argument that violence is sometimes necessary. I admit I have modified my stance toward that more recently. I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And as for you, I've been informed that you're Marisol Delgado. I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist? It was more of a disputation as a scholarly objection than a manifesto per se, but why quibble? Anchoress Chow is very much against it. Her accident was quite tragic. You saw the disputation, though. Tell me, what did you think? You read it, yes? Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work. Oh, you're an admirer as well? Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time.
Really? Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
Yes, we're so very pleased to have her. If you thought her work, but the intent is to...
Sounds like it could change.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have Ella... We'll speak further after you check over Seer Bujold's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so exciting. How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work. I'll press them to verify my settings. Thereupon, we will begin.
Splendid. While others pontificate, we act.
Head Intercessor Delgado, what an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again? Is it? Is it really?
No, it's not. You're right. I'm... sorry. I'm sorry.
You've never said that word out loud before, have you? Don't even know how to pronounce it. I guess... No, I'm still mad. Now, are you going to aid me or court ruin? I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all. You chose to leave me behind. Again.
This shouldn't be your burden.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that. The test involves 4 stations. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini, we know what happens if that's successful. So I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the... All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a...
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down. It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
One, two. Anyone else hear that? No? Oh, just me then, I see.
Unfriendly nearby.
Two. tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
Facilities are approaching.
Yeah.
All solutions precede problems.
Mine's a hostile.
Hard to get in good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logarithms.
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
It's been a machine, a sequence largely subtle to see numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from
If you're done, evaluating my work and all settings are final,
Did it work? Did it work? See, was it a success? What happened?
hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun. But she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well-researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
Funny you should say that.
There's a wealth of well-proven data to verify haphazard murder being a profoundly bad idea. Deploying a logic bomb inside a reasoned argument is demonstrably more effective. All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brun give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
A brain-off against an Order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder. if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change. Success isn't guaranteed. A fair degree of cleverness is required. But you would have the help of someone reasonably intellectually nimble.
I would be willing and on hand to assist. And the other option would remain if we botch it.
Thank you for listening.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well.
From the legend? If you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet. Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception. Be clever, unpredictable, surprise her. But in the event you should fail, the Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. And I'll need to make an announcement afterward that...
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one.
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely. Here's the hatch key in case you need it. And Marisol, do keep out of trouble.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Or perhaps I oughtn't have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, hmm? Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything. What? Are you all right? Did you hit your head coming up here? I mean, what is that supposed to mean? It couldn't... Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry. I assure you it is not. Grace was personally responsible for it. What else concerned you? These are all fundamental building blocks of the universe. This was just a start. Such models it simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say. I miss her skepticalness and insight. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom. I certainly wasn't calling for an optimistic reading of the research or results, or advocating for bias in any part of the work. But with the architect as my witness, I find such an accusation. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujalt's research, which is quite brilliant. Well, that may be true. I may not be the researcher my colleagues are, but I'll have you know I still possess feelings and dignity. Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure. Oh, come, come. One bad test wouldn't mean the science is completely flawed. This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add. There's a critical flaw in Sir Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. I much appreciate that. Through this perspective, the framework we...
It lacks context. This little colloquy has proven rather arduous and... your points fail to... Wait. Considered as a whole... Damn it. No, I see it now. You are correct. We have obstinately and misguidedly blundered along here. The flaws in Bujold's research now seem apparent. Time for me to admit my errors. I'll need to inform everyone. Shut down research and operations. What will I do now? There's no place for me. Go. Leave me be.
Our work here is done, it seems.
Fellow scholars of the Order, this is Anchoress Byrne, with an unfortunate announcement. Our experiment today was a failure. Our line of inquiry has proven intrinsically flawed. I became dazzled by bold, captivating ideas and ignored bad science. I am hereby canceling all related research, shuttering the program, and resigning from the Order. If I have any final advice to impart to all of you, it is this: never follow your hearts.
I want to defeat the Protectorate as much as the next. You're quite curious. I'm unsure if you're a mercurial contrarian, corporate stooge, or possess some hidden strategy. I'd hope they'd surprise me, but I suppose they may all...
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Anchoress Brun abandons vital research right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events were unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado. Oh, I'm sure you did much to assist. I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith, but I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me. Fascinating. You know, I reviewed that work myself, right? I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. Try again. Or try facing a gauntlet of well-trained exemplars. I could always choose for you. No, I expect not. I suppose I just needed you to be. I wanted so much to do something here, something relevant, meaningful. Now it's all gone. I don't know what to believe anymore. Go on, get out of here, before I change my mind. Fellow exemplars of the Order, stand down.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
Congratulations, Commander, on convincing the Anchoress to discontinue her experiment, thus circumventing the destruction of the universe.
Yes, well done, Commander. Anais will be pleased.
That's it then? The project is over? The secrets of the universe forever beyond our grasp?
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Here's a future I'd always hoped for. You listened. Didn't just rush in like, I am Marisol Delgado. I am always right, even when I'm wrong.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you, Anais. Goodbye. Oh, Brunn obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me. Oh, all right. If we must. Commander, it's customary to... I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through. A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. With Anchoress Brunn, I know what we did was right. I know it saved lives. But we tricked her. Forced her to doubt her mind. You heard her. She's not just dissuaded. We broke her. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brunn rears its head, it will need to get in line. Well, I wouldn't bet against you there. Southworth was complicit, yes. Though she's alive, I believe we've squashed her reviving my old department. Struck me as little more than a functionary with a gun, truth be told. Yes, those parts did take me back. I can wax well, one hopes. According to Anais, we greatly reduced the likelihood of that occurring. It's not zero, but completing the brain off lowered the chance significantly. Let's say there are no present perils from my romantic past I'm aware of, though I can't rule it out completely. No, I'm thinking more about Anais. She seemed pleased that we listened to her concerns, so I've changed, apparently, thanks to you. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
What could possibly be keeping the repair personnel so long? Oh, greetings. By any chance, did you happen to encounter the repair personnel I dispatched to Resistor Bank 2789B12? Our new JTY-1030 resistor banks are built with enough durability to suffer through a tremendous amount of... The misuse is causing moisture uptake, which causes the resistors to give off more heat. In the snow, that means more moisture, which means even more heat. I'm sure you can observe that the problem is cyclical in nature. I don't suppose you'd be willing to aid me in fixing this? In the short term, it's wreaking havoc with the weather and causing small, localized blizzards. Long term, the archive would suffer irreparable damage to multiple systems. Undoubtedly, this would reduce its maximum operations per millisecond. Obviously, this is unacceptable. I loathe that, for now, our actions may aid the Protectorate, but we must protect the archive. It's down in the valley just southwest of the archive. The heat has liquefied all the snow off the glass surface. It is an easy location to observe. Ursopods, Protectorate forces, rogue scrappers, blizzards, mantisaurs, maybe even Auntie's choice forces. Truly a smorgasbord of... Oh, this is most appreciated. I'll mark the coordinates of the resistor bank on your map, but locating the repair personnel will be up to you. If you find him, you find the kit. I hope.
I find your proposed time frame leisurely, unaccountably so.
But going any faster grossly increases the threat of collapse. Burying us beneath the snow benefits no one.
So long as we are operating within the statistical...
Don't bother conversating unless you're prepared to cite your sources.
Can't talk. Calculating an inverse complex sine function in my head.
Have you at least determined the cause of the avalanche?
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's fury. Better bundle up. Temperature's trending down.
I suppose I could spare 0.004% of my daily cycle to say hello.
I doubt the denizens of Laplace's garden will take my change of heart with Protectorate law at face value. It may be best to leave me on the ship.
If the walking, talking refrigerator ain't welcome, reckon I won't be either. We shouldn't antagonize our would-be hosts if the idea is to parlay.
Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, no soldiers from enemy factions are permitted within Laplace's garden. Your
Huh. If only one of us could have foreseen this situation.
I'll not argue the point. Either you come in alone, or not at all. Laureate Beckett did impress the importance of not delaying you. Very well, head on in. But behave yourselves. The garden is something of a fragile ecosystem.
Impressed as I am that worked, I ain't sure about this. Being vastly outnumbered by the enemy ain't a corner I like to be backed into.
That's one way to become the center of... Show your workers shove off.